Riddle me this. Which car is not improved with a flame job? I really don't think there is a single character out there that doesn't look better when you slap some fiery flames on them. I mean, the king here looks fantastic in these darker blue and white flames with the metallic navy behind it. Just a beautiful custom. I cannot wait to get into it with you guys today. Although this is not a video game paint job that you can play as with the king, it is still a gorgeous design by none other than Shane Cooper. Now, I brought up the video game thing because Shane Cooper is usually my video game guy. I just reviewed Jet Black Snot Rod from him from Cars Fast as Lightning, one of his best customs ever. I'll leave the link for that in the description below and card session pop-up in the top right-hand corner. And of course, one of the first customs he ever did for me was this Angelic the King from one of the first Cars video games. Beautiful paint job with a bunch of these angel wings on him. And now we have this flame version in original design from Shane. So yeah, guys, check him out. Linked in the description below if you want any customs of your own. But let's just dive right on in. I have a bunch of other flame cars in the back, including a Ramon custom and the Hot Rod McQueen and Mater from Tomica. So they're all going to look great. I can't wait to line them up here in a little bit. But this obviously was done with a tile in the king. The reason why I'm able to tell so quickly is because the eyes are sunken in a little bit. You could see that the main metal body is kind of like a cage around that plastic eye plate there, whereas in the past, it was clearly all one piece and there was no depth with the eyes. I don't really care either way, but it is an indicator that this is indeed a made in Thailand Plymouth Superbird NM51A. So the second to last week of whatever year M was. That was quite a while ago. That was probably like 2019 or 2020. But yeah, these flames are just gorgeous. They're kind of interweaved together, a lighter blue and then the white. And it just is a perfect design for the king. Super simplistic. Like, you didn't have to go overboard and start putting the flames on his roof or something like that. But the metallic wheels down here look great as well. Lightyear tires. I've always liked the new expression that the king has had from Thailand, where he's looking a little bit more judgmentally, I would say, off to his right. I feel like before he was a lot more smiley and welcoming. But yeah. Now, he looks a little bit more smirky if you ask me, but still a very nice expression. And yeah, just a deep metallic blue here for the base color. And even though the color is kind of similar to the color of the flames, the white behind those initial blue flames really makes them stand out, makes them look hot, because we all know the weirder the color of the flame, the hotter it is. You know, orange flames are cool and all, but once you get into the blue, the purple flames, things start getting scary. I mean, you look at McQueen back there, he's nothing compared to Mater, Ramon, and the king here who got them blue flames. But yeah, I also love how Shane went the extra mile to make the wing in the back here metallic as well. Did a great job matching the paint to the metal paint color, because we know that paint looks a little bit different when translated to plastic, and Mattel really struggles with that. Although I think they did do a really good job on their metallic version of the king. We know that if you look here at the silver version, his body's silver and then the wing is basically just gray. It's like a flat gray. So I don't really love what they did there, but Shane has always done a great job matching the king's wings to the body. And I would expect nothing less from one of the best out there in the biz. Cannot wait to review some of the other customs I have from him. On the back here, you got his taillights there, just looking nice and simplistic. Really good to see the king with some tailgates or some tail lights. We never really see him with those. In fact, this might be the first time besides a custom where he has had any taillights, because he's always just got the racing decals back there. So nice to see him in a more casual type look, just kind of out for a night drive, a little Saturday night, going out to the pub, you know, getting some libations, some oil cans, whatever he is. Maybe he's at the cotter pin, just kind of chilling out with McQueen, who knows. Maybe they're trying to plot some revenge on Chick Hicks. I don't know. Just kind of seems like one of those types of nights, right? Maybe he's away from, Linda Weathers. I don't know what's going on, but this is one of those paint jobs where you kind of raise an eyebrow because he just looks that good. Now, a distinction here is that on this other custom of the King, this was the Chinese version, so the bumper was always silver, but now the bumper is a part of the black base, so that is why it is black now. An interesting change, but it limited the amount of pieces that the King is, and thus cheaper to produce on Mattel's part. You can see the gas cap there, quite a pointy one there. You can see it from a mile away, a little nipple of a gas pump right there, but yeah, or a gas cap. Yeah, this guy just looks great. I need to create some more room in my displays so I could put him in one. Right now, he's literally chilling just to the right on my cozy cone out here. So he's gotten a little dusty, unfortunately. Can't have that on such a beautiful paint job. But let's take a look with him compared to a few other cars. First off, the Kings. Here is the metallic chase lenticular The King from 2010. This is perhaps one of the worst cars non-Motor Speedway of the South in terms of paint quality because it has been cracking into absolute oblivion as of late. And I'm sure this is a process that has occurred over probably the last 5 to 8 years. But every time I look at it, it feels like it's gotten worse. And it's kind of hard to see right now, but if you saw this in person, you would understand. If you take a really close look, you could see on the white there, on the 43, all the cracks. They're really prominent in the decals especially, but they are really all over. I could see them down the pillars along the sides here. And it just really is unfortunate. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, you could see all the like hairline cracks in the paint. I wonder if you guys have noticed this as well. I mean, this is a legit Motor Speedway of the South zinc pest type of problem. And I honestly have not heard too many people complaining about it. But yeah, you could really see the cracks in literally every crevice of this guy's body. And it stinks. It really stinks because it's a beautiful car, even though it's moving eyes lenticular, and we don't really like those. But yeah, just depreciating by the minute. The silver version from 2020 is held up, and that's honestly one of the best things about Thailand is that I think the decal, the paint quality, even though some of the decals might not be as clear, they will actually last. Like you'll look at this 30 years from now and you'll be like, yeah, it looks brand new as long as you don't, throw it into the dumpster or play with it a bunch. And that's a great thing for collectibles like this. It really is, to be long lasting, to have that longevity. Maybe the stuff back in the day looked better, but if it was going to crack and break down in 5 years, is it really better than what we're getting now? I think that's something a lot of people need to think about. And I know it's not super common to think about because the older stuff is holding up relatively well. But, you look at my Derek Decals Dobbs. You look at this The King, cracking. All of the Motor Speedway of the South cars have been prone to cracking. And there are a few other cars with a certain kind of like really nice glossy paint that just, you know what I mean? So it's like, what the hell, Mattel? I appreciate it, but if this was going to buckle down in a few years, I would have rather you gone with the Thailand style of kind of blurry decals, whatever it may be. So I feel like we should give Mattel a little bit more slack than we do. But yeah, Silver the King is so underrated. One of my favorite releases over the last 5 years in the kind of new era, the post. Well, I guess that was released right as the lockdowns and all that stuff with the, P word was happening. It was like Case F. I remember Case E and F came out like back to back in March of 2020. I reviewed those, and because they were back to back, I don't think too many people watched them. And then we didn't get Case G until like May, and everyone was waiting for that because you got Jonas Carver's and you got the re-release of Aaron Clocker in that. I think Superfly was in that as well. And then Case H came out. I think that was like maybe Ernesto. So I remember that distinctly because there was nothing else to do besides, your hobbies and whatnot. So last King I want to show you is this really cool custom convention one I reviewed in the 12 Days of Christmas in 2022 because it also has some really awesome looking flames, but just the yellow and red ones, so they are not as hot and fiery as the King's icy, but not icy blue flames. Love to see a little bit of some purple flamage. Love that we got the taillights. Whoever customized this convention custom did not go that extra mile. And yeah, looking great with this flaming Ramon that Shane Cooper also did. This one is from the video games. Did not have, obviously, the paintbrush in the video games, but that's okay. It's the same paint job. And then these two look awesome. Lightning McQueen in his hot rod paint job with the numbers. This is really a beautiful version of McQueen. There is a factory custom version of it in the Mattel 155 scale, so that's nice. I'll be reviewing that soon. And then here's Mater. Would not be surprised if the factory customizers took a stab at this as well, although it would be a little bit harder because most of the decals there would be on the plastic side of Mater. I'm not sure how conducive their equipment is to accommodating something like that. I have this other custom here. I think it is from Darrow Design with another Ramon with some flames as well. Really cool pearly Ramon. Haven't seen Ramon in white really ever, so it's super interesting. It kind of is like the inverse color of the King here. So I think that's really cool to take a gander at. And yeah, guys, thank you as always for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Over the weekend, I posted this really cool prototype haul with a bunch of never before seen stuff. So if you missed that, definitely go check it out. But let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite version of the King? It can include my custom, I guess, but hey, maybe it's the damaged version, maybe it's the metallic version, maybe it's the silver version, or maybe you're just old school and you like the classic Plymouth Superbird Richard Petty the King. All right, guys, take care. Bye now.
Did you question God or did you see it coming? Come on! Oh, come on!